Hey there, Ugly Mug marketing followers. It is Hannah here. I am the social media manager here at Ugly Mug Marketing. And today I am excited to announce and kick off a new series with you that's going to be happening over the next week or so in the social media department. And then also announce to you a really exciting new thing, new product, service that we are launching here at Ugly Mug Marketing, and it is going to be a ton of fun. So let's just go ahead and dive right on into it. First thing I've got for you is this. Today is our first day of 600 social seconds. So it is basically going to be 10-minute webinars or 600-second webinars where we're just going to talk about one quick little thing that has to do with marketing and social media. And we're doing this because we also want to share with you a new service or a new product that we're launching, and it's called 6 Weeks to Social Success. And I'm going to dive into that at the end of the webinar, actually, because today I want to talk to y'all about some other really fun stuff. Today we are going to be talking about finding your target audience and figuring out who your target market is. So again, here you go. You can see my face on the screen here. Like I mentioned before, if you're just tuning on and joining us, my name is Hannah Acosta, and I'm the social media manager here at Ugly Mug Marketing. And I lead our team in all of our social media endeavors. And it's a ton of fun, and I really love my job. First thing we're going to dive into here is marketing. What exactly is it? Now, there are many of you who might be watching this and saying, hey, well, I already know what marketing is, but maybe you haven't heard the definition that we like to use here at Ugly Mug, and that is this. Marketing is your ability to attract and to keep a customer. Read that again. Marketing is your ability to attract and keep a customer. But what do you do if you don't even know who that customer is that you are trying to attract? That's what we're going to chat more about in just a couple seconds. But that is really ultimately what you're trying to do in marketing. You're trying to find the right people to buy your product or service. And then you're trying to keep them around. You want them to keep coming back and reusing your service, or you want them to tell their friends about it, which kind of leads me into the natural progression of somebody who is turning into a customer. Once you've attracted them into your product or service, and now they are a customer. But before that, when you're marketing on Facebook, billboards, any sort of advertisement, they are a stranger at first. They may not know anything about your business, and it is your job to educate them on what you do and how you can make their lives better or easier with your product or service. So they're going to go from a stranger and not knowing you at all to knowing who you are. And in that process, they'll come to like you, hopefully, and then they'll become a friend. And then once they become a friend, they are going to trust you, and they're going to turn into that customer. So using social media as an example, you're a new business, or maybe you're a company that has a really great reputation, but you're entering into a newer market where people may not be familiar with you. First of all, you've just got to get your name out there. And I actually kind of despise using that term, get your name out there, because it's something that's hard to measure, but it is kind of where you have to start when you're entering into a new market, or showing off your product or service for the very first time in any market. So you need to get them to know who you are, know what you're about, and start to develop and build that relationship. And that is what is so special, I think, about social media, is we have the opportunity to build that relationship with the customer, because we can actually interact. We can respond to their comments. We can answer their DMs. We can message them back in Facebook Messenger. And that's something that you don't always get the ability to do. You can't talk to somebody over their Bluetooth audio in their car when your radio advertisement is playing. You can't, say hi to them from the top of your billboard when they're driving down the interstate or just driving down the road. social media is so special in that you can build that relationship with them. You can get them to like you, and you can get them to become your friend, which that kind of sounds a little creepy, but it is a relationship that they're trying to build with you. They need to know who your brand is. They need to know that they can trust you, which kind of takes us into the bottom half of this section here. Trust. Okay, now, okay, I know who you are. I know what you're about. I've seen your testimonial videos that you've been running as ads on Facebook. I see your reviews. You've answered my questions. Maybe you're a boutique and they've never shopped with you before, but they had a question on sizing and you actually got back to them in a timely fashion. Now they built that trust. And you know what? Now, as a person who would be shopping at a boutique, now I'm like, okay, I actually am ready to purchase that dress or that pair of jeans now that I have all my questions answered about sizing and so forth. So now I am a customer. But that is not where the journey ends with somebody. Once you have converted them to get to that point of being a customer, now you need to get them to love you and your brand and your business and your company. And that is when you convert them into what we call an evangelist, somebody who is going to go out and sing your praises and tell everyone you must buy from this brand, you must buy from this small business, you must go eat at this restaurant, you must shop at this boutique, whatever it may be. They are singing your praises because they have had such a remarkable experience. They know you, they like you, they trust you, they love you, and now they're going to go and tell all of their friends about you and tell them that they need to shop with you too, or go eat at your restaurant or whatever it may be. And that is ultimately what our goal is when we work with any of our clients. We want to introduce you in your new market, introduce you to people that you don't know, or maybe you didn't know before, and take them through this journey. And you have so many tools in order to get them into this journey, but you need to figure out who those people are. And that so often is the challenge for so many different businesses. And I'm going to watch my time because I really am going to try and stay on these 600 seconds where we're talking about social media. Um, so the next thing is, how do we find these people? And how do we figure out who that person is that we want to reach? For some businesses, it is very clear and straightforward. For others, it could be anybody who's coming into your business, but maybe there is just this one ideal person that if we could have more people like Jessica or more people like Bradley coming into our stores, then I have no idea why I picked those names. But if we could find more people like them to come into our store, to shop with us, to dine in with us, what would that do for your business? And how can we find more people? And I'm going to tell you right now that you can find those people on Facebook, on Instagram, on social media in general, honestly. But here is what you need to consider and the things that you need to think about when you are targeting these people. And you need to be thinking about this for a multitude of reasons, because you need to figure out who you're going to be selling to. But when you are selling to them, you need to create messaging around it that is truly something that they can relate to, something that's messaging that's going to stick with them, that is going to be memorable to them, and that is also going to convert them into a paying customer. Because ultimately, that's what we want. We want to build those relationships. We want them to trust us. We want them to become a customer, and then we want them to tell their mother, their cousin, their third cousin. We want everybody to know about our business, right? So this is what I call our customer avatar sheet. And this is such a helpful tool if you would truly sit down with it for longer than the 600 seconds, or less than that, honestly, at this point, that we're going to be sitting down and looking at this, because it is truly valuable. We have heard of consultants who walk through a very similar exercise to this, who spend hours or even a couple of days going through this with their clients to figure out who that ideal target customer, that target audience is going to be, and how you can reach them on Facebook. So over here on the left-hand side, under goals and values, these are really important things to think about when you're thinking about your ideal customer. Now, your business might have tons of different kinds of people who shop in your store, who dine in at your restaurant. But who, or is there a type of person, um is it families, is it younger married couples, is it older single people, who really is that person that you're trying to reach, and that is the ideal target customer, is the ideal person who's going to shop with you once and they're going to keep on coming back and shopping with you again and again and again. Think about who that person is, who you want to come into the store. Now, that's the mindset you need to be in when you're answering these questions or when you're filling out the sheet. And I will share this with you at the end of the webinar. If you just do a quick little comment below, I will shoot this over to you in a message personally. You need to think about their goals and their values as an individual. What are things that this person in your target market is striving for? What are they trying to accomplish day to day? What are they trying to accomplish in the next year? What are they trying to accomplish in the next 5 or 10 years? What kinds of goals do these ideal customers have? And then what are their values? Do they practice a certain religion? Do they follow other gurus or thought leaders or anything like that? Do they value their family? Do they value quality time with friends? Do they value going to the movies? Do they value culture, art, anything like that? Think about the things that they value in their lives. And let me quick hop over to our page on my phone, see if we have any questions. Gosh, and I'm already running low on my time, or already running over. I can feel it. I'm very long-winded, guys. Let's see here. Jumping over into this middle section. How old is your target audience? Some people are like, oh gosh, I have clients who have said, it's everybody. And I'm like, everybody, 18 to 24, 24 to 36, 36 and up, all the way to 65 and up. Who is that ideal person, that perfect person that you're trying to get to come into your door consistently? That's who we need to be thinking about. Then gender. Are you targeting, is your product or service something that's specifically for males, specifically for females, or is it for anyone and everyone of all genders? What is their marital status? Are they married? Are they single? Are they divorced? Are they a widow? Those are all things that people can mark on their Facebook profile and that you have the option to target them for. Do they have kids? Are they a parent? Are they a parent of somebody who is a newborn to 3 years old? Are their kids from 3 to 6 years old? Are their children adults and out of the house and in college now? What geographic location do they live in? Do they live in Michigan, like where I currently am? Or are they in Louisiana, where our Ugly Mug marketing offices are? Are they in California? Where are they? Where are your people? Or are they in a general region? Right now, we're just starting to work with a client who is a public speaker, and her target audience is the Southeast region. Her target audience is going to be people who are going to understand her Southern humor, who live in South Carolina, who live in Georgia, who live in Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, just really into the South. And what is their occupation? What kind of jobs do they have? Is your product or service something specific that somebody in the medical industry could use or enjoy? Is it something specifically for teachers? Or is it for people who are in the military? Those are all things that you can target too. Is it for somebody who's in any realm of the sales field? Now, this corner over here and on the right-hand side is challenges and pain points. You need to think about what challenges this person is facing. And I can tell you right now that if it is a parent and they are dealing with the COVID-19 madness in schools, being in session, not being in session, a challenge that they're having right now is their kids are at home and they are having to figure out daycare provider, somebody to sit and be able to do their homework with them if they are a parent who is still working and not just working from home, not just a stay-at-home parent. Um, what are their pain points? What are things that they what are things that they are struggling with? Those are two very key things. And those are going to be things that you need to know for targeting, but that you would also want to have in your back pocket for copywriting as well. Now, down here on the left-hand side of the bottom row, where do they get their news and information from? Now, this is probably by far one of my favorite things to target for. And the reason is because it's usually easy really to find when we are targeting, and usually gives us a really decent size audience outside of obviously age, gender, marital status, and all that great information. But what kind of television shows do they watch? Are they tied to a specific network that they always watch? Do they love HGTV? Do they love Chip and Joanna Gaines and Fixer Upper? Or are they more of a flipper flop with Tarek and Christina kind of person? What kind of television do they watch? What kind of books are they reading? Do they read kind of faith-based books, like books from Annie F. Downs, who I personally love, or Shauna Nyquist? Or do they read books by people who are marketing experts like Gary Vaynerchuk? Or, what kind of books are they reading? That's something you need to know. What kind of magazines are they reading? I know magazines are kind of, are they reading People magazine, or are they reading Entrepreneur magazine? What kind of blogs, websites, conferences, gurus, marketing gurus, or leadership gurus that they follow? Or just anything else, any other places that they might get their news or their information, or people who they might learn from. Now, let's see here. Job title, annual income, hobbies, what kind of vehicles do they like? These are all things that, yes, if you haven't heard, you can target people on Facebook with. So job titles, are they in sales? Are they a marketing manager? Are they, do they own does it say small business owner? Does it say doctor? Does it say oncologist? Very specific kind of doctor. What are those different job titles that they have? What is their annual income? You cannot target based specifically on how much someone makes on Facebook, but you can target them based on zip code areas and higher income level zip codes. Level of education. Is your product or service specifically for someone who is continuing their educational journey? So we don't need to be targeting people. Maybe we need to exclude people who have their master's or their PhD, or people who have even have their bachelor's degree. That's something that we were working with Central Louisiana Technical Community College on, helping them grow one of their programs that is specifically for people to help them get their GED. And so obviously we didn't want to be targeting people with their PhD because they don't need that service. And so knowing what level of education they have is crucial. What kind of hobbies do they have? Do they like running? Are they outdoorsy? Are they more indoor people? Do they enjoy going to the movies? Do they enjoy reading? And then vehicle. Is there a certain vehicle that they are interested in? Are they Tesla? Are they interested in Tesla? Or do they like Range Rover? Or do they like Ford F-150s? You get down to the specific make and model of a vehicle. Now, the last one here, this is, again, important to know for targeting, but even more important for copywriting. And it is, what are their objections going to be for purchasing your product or service? Is it going to be that your product or service takes too much time for them? Is it that it's too expensive? And how can you, as the seller, as the marketer, build value around your product or service so that those objections are met with other objections? Well, I guess that you tell them, okay, that's going to be your objection. Well, here's actually why you need it though. And you need to be able to cover the objections. You need to think about the reasons why they're going to say that they don't need your product or service. And then you're also going to need to think about their role in the process. And what I mean by that is their role in the process of making the purchase. are they actually the decision maker, or are they what we sometimes call the gatekeeper? Are they the person who just gathers all the information and then they pass it along to the person who's going to make the real decisions? Um, an example of this could be if you're remodeling the home and maybe your husband is the one who is super design savvy and you are the wife and you're getting all of these fun ideas and getting all this information and getting quotes and looking on Facebook pages for ideas and cabinetry and all of that. And you're asking the questions. And then you're passing it along to your husband, who's ultimately going to make the ultimate decision on what cabinets and countertops. And maybe he just really has the vision, whatever it may be. You need to be able to know your person's role in the process and what their objections to the sale are going to be. All right. I think I have talked for far too long now, over my 600 social seconds. Let me see here. Hi, Richard. I see you're tuning in. What'd you say? I like these types of things to build a persona, but never implement very well. That's always the struggle. Have even had a hard time doing it for my own agency. Yes, it is truly, truly a struggle to figure out who this ideal person is. That's why I highly recommend this exercise for any business. We honestly probably need to do this again for Ugly Mug Marketing because it is truly that valuable. To know all of these things, to think about the customers or the clients that maybe you already have, and think about the traits of those people. For us, our best customers are the ones who are entrepreneurs, who are typically small business owners, who understand that we're not going to be able to make a sale in just 1 month. There's somebody who has been at the grind for a long time when it comes to entrepreneurship. They know the challenges in marketing and entering into a new market and trying to figure out who this target customer is. And those are the people who really are able to put their heads down and to help us fill out the sheet and figure out who that perfect target customer is going to be. And to be honest, we have filled this sheet out once for people, and then we've come back and revisited it and we have made changes. And that's another beautiful thing of social media too, is the ability and the flexibility to be able to go in and make those changes just so seamlessly and quickly and on your own too, if you are a small business owner who is doing this on your own. Which leads me into our really exciting new program that we're launching, which is called 6 Weeks to Social Success. And this program is exactly what we say it is. It is a 6-week program. And for those 6 weeks, every week we're going to sit down and do 2 hours of teaching with all of our participants. So we really want to have 50 of you in here. That's kind of what we're thinking our cap is going to be for being able to do this the most efficiently. But every week we're going to have a different lesson over the course of the 6 weeks with our 50 students who are eager to learn about social media marketing. And this is actually one of the exercises that we are going to walk through. So every week we're going to teach for about an hour and a half, and then we're going to have 30 minutes of Q&A time where our students can ask us anything that has to do, hopefully with about the lesson that day, but really they can ask us anything that has to do with social media. Lydia and I and the rest of our team, we are experts. This is what we are in and do every day. And we understand that sometimes you can't always hire an agency to do all the work for you, especially when you're just starting out. And so it is important to be able to have tools and resources that you can grasp onto that aren't going to take up a ton of your time during the week, where you can go and learn and implement those things and actually see results from it. So the way that we built this out is really just a step-by-step process for you to be able to learn, ask your questions, implement a few key things every single week that aren't going to take too much of your time. And then we're going to have office hours too during the week, where just designated times where you can hop on the Zoom call, ask additional questions. We can take over your screen here on Zoom, actually help you in Ads Manager, help you in your Business Manager, and all of that great stuff. And it is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be educational. And our goal at the end of this is that you are making strides and making moves on your social media that are actually converting into dollar bills in your cash register, on your Square swipe, in your Toast point of sale, whatever it may be. We want more revenue, more business for you. So, if you want to sign up for our 6-week to social success course, I'm going to put a link below this live where you can click and find some more information, see how all the 6 weeks are going to be broken down. Lydia and myself will be teaching, but I have a really special exclusive offer. This product launched today, y'all. Today is day 1, and I want to share this with you. I want you to use code Hannah at the checkout, and it will take the product from $500 down to just $295. That is $205 off with code Hannah. I feel like an influencer, like I should be saying like swipe up and use my code. But ultimately, this is our gift to you. This early bird pricing is only going to last from now through September 25th. You have 10 days to redeem it. Again, use code Hannah for $205 off. If you liked this little webinar here today, please share it. Please like, please comment if you have any questions about finding your target market. I would love to connect with any of you, would love to see you in our course. If you have any questions about the course, again, you can visit the website. I'm going to drop that link here below, and feel free to DM us, give us a call. Our number is 318-290-3430. You can ask for Hannah or Lydia. We'd love to answer your questions about 6 weeks to social success. It's going to be jam-packed with a lot more really great content, a lot of good one-on-one time. And you're going to learn a lot about social media marketing, how to run your own Instagram, Facebook campaigns, and so much more. We cannot wait to see you there. Thanks so much for tuning in, y'all. We'll see you next time on our next edition of 600 social seconds that hopefully don't last this long. I'm going to try and keep it real nice and tight and short next time, y'all. We'll see you next time.